And check this clip out right here. What do you get from this? What do you see? Is there any lesson learned from this? This ball on the right details volatility. You see that the ball on the left is just going straight, while the ball on the right is actually gaining more momentum. So this illustrates dollar cost averaging with Bitcoin. If you buy the bottoms, top, just keep dollar cost averaging the same amount every month, you get to your destination faster, which the end goal is you win. So you see which ball gets there a lot faster versus just a straight and narrow. You can use this in the same concept of dollar cost averaging. And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. Getting straight into it, taking a look at the total three. It's been a market meltdown, and what do we see? What do we anticipate? Now, we've looked at this on the daily, and we've showed you there's a lot of distance in between this 20 and 200 moving average. And what does that mean? This means that there could be some convergence, there could be some sideways price action, even some downwards price action, while this 200 moves back up closer to this 20, because we are going to see a continuation run of the altcoin market. And if you look here, we bottomed out way back in June of 2023, and we just been stair-stepping our way up, and we were overbought here. We came back down, and look at this upwards resistance level. Right now, we're just retesting on the RSI. Are we going to get a continuation to the downside? Are we going to see more downwards price action? If we pair this with the MACD, we see that the MACD right now is in oversold territory. Now, how low we go, time will definitely tell. This is on the daily. Let's look on the weekly. The weekly is telling a little bit of a different story. As you see right here, if we zoom in, we can see that the MACD is getting ready to cross over, and we could see some more downwards pressure towards this alt market. And right now, is this going to have a fall down and retest all the way back down to the $330 billion level? This would be max pain if this happened. The weekly, you have to be cognizant of this because you see that it is overbought and it needs to have some type of reset. If we make this a little bit bigger, we do see that we are putting in higher highs and higher lows still. So how low will we go before we ultimately get this weekly reset? Will this come all the way down to the 50 range before we have a continuation back up to the upside? All in all, right now you just have to be patient and wait, because you don't really know if this is going to come down further, but the MACD is showing that the momentum could be cooling off, but it could cool off temporarily and then continue. But typically this happens after the halving. So will there be more downwards pressure on the altcoin market? Could be a decent time to start dollar cost averaging into a position. But if the market continues to melt down, then you'll have a better buying in opportunity. And then here's a little $1 million Bitcoin math for you. In December of 2017, the Pico top of the bull market, 19,000. At that time, 1,800 Bitcoin were being mined each day, such that to sustain this price, 34 million per day would need to enter Bitcoin. In December of 2024, 7 years and 2 halvings later, the same amount of USD capital, inflation adjusted, will be $42 million per day and will sustain a Bitcoin price of 93,000 at 450 Bitcoin per day. If you think 10x the capital as 7 years ago has interest in access to Bitcoin, a conservative estimate, well, leave the rest of the math for you. So just common sense, like it'll be inflation adjusted, you're looking at 42 million a day. If you don't think this is going to come in with the ETFs passing and everything else, and also a supply shock, this will sustain a price of 93,000. So this is showing you that after this halving, we're going to go above this price target, most definitely, because this is just an additional 8 million per day. And we just had a huge door open for a bigger wall of money to come in. And then from Bit Harrington, no Bitcoin halving is ever really priced in his opinion, because so many people don't understand the impact. So today, right now, there's 900 new Bitcoin that are mined daily. And then if you fast forward 20 years, this 900 for the halvings, You go through a halving in 2024, 28, 32, 36, 40, and 44. That's 6 halvings. Look what happens. 14 new Bitcoin mined a day. So if the world isn't destroyed by 2044 or World War III hasn't happened, 14 Bitcoin mined daily. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be? And then an update from TA Trader Allen. He's saying bookmark this. All you need to know about the halving is that it goes up and to the right. And he's calling for a price target right below here. You're looking at almost a $275,000 Bitcoin price target. The Bitcoin halving was designed in the protocol, and this is a mechanism that makes the supply shock and price go up and to the right. Another update of what's going on. Are we going to have this parabolic run up by the middle of 2024? It's not the realm of possibility, and we could be getting ready to see that leg 3 that goes up to potentially 100,000, close to it, ABC correction, and then have this last parabolic run up for the middle of 2024. Is this what's in the cards for the next 6 months? Is this what the ETF is gearing up for? Without further ado, let's hear from Jack Mallers and the latest from him.
What do I think about Jeffrey Epstein's banker being concerned that a distributed, decentralized, open public money could potentially be used for bad things, sitting on a ski resort in Davos? I don't really care. I don't know why anyone cares, right? I mean, that guy knows when money is used for bad things. So it's a weird opinion of his. And my pet rock was up, as you said, 160% last year. It performed well against the dollar. So I don't know. I don't really care what that guy has to say about Bitcoin. I don't know why anybody does. Bitcoin's this open public digital infrastructure for the world. So you see utilization all over planet Earth for all sorts of different things, right? Anyone can do whatever they want with it, which is part of the beauty and part of the attraction. I personally think that the killer use case we'll see over the next few years is the fact that all 8 billion human beings on the planet face fiat debasement. That means that their government's local currency loses value persistently. And global debt to GDP is what, 360% right now? So, I mean, everyone has to own something else. And I think the killer use case over the next few years is going to be owning something that they can't make any more of. And so that's why I think Wall Street's attracted to it. That's why I think you've seen a price run up, is because, I mean, even gold being bullish in the face of a hawkish Fed, the world is concerned with the treasury and the bond market. The world is concerned with the debt that governments have accrued without any growth. And they found this thing that's free to hold, that's scarce, that you can put in your brain. And it's just the killer app. It's the best expression of fiat debasement that literally everyone on the planet has to face. So that to me is the killer app. And then if, people make payments with it, people do all sorts of stuff with it because there's no central governing party to tell them not to, which is beautiful. It's pure humanity.